pound dollar has already moved 300 pips this week. Where else could it go, especially after the pound dollar has already moved 300 pips this week? Where else could it go? We're going to talk about it here, guys, at Capital Markets. Traders, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Capital Markets. It's your host here, Cleveland Bishop. Hope you guys are having a fantastic week so far. We've already had some pretty massive movements in markets, so I want to talk to you guys about everything that is going on. All right, here at Capital Markets, we talk to you guys about the fundamentals and the technicals, so make sure you guys stay subscribed. And of course, if you ever have any questions, comment down below. I'll be right there to answer away. So far we've had a lot of data that came out for the US dollar. We're also seeing some new political turmoil happening for the pound. For the dollar, today we had CPI, today's Tuesday. Yesterday we had retail sales. Retail sales came in at 0.20, but core retail sales came in at 0.9. So those numbers actually did end up doing quite well. We also have a little bit more inflation coming in the economy. Take a look here at what our numbers were. There was an expectation at 0.2, but we were slightly above that. So all of this is really adding up to see the dollar getting stronger and stronger. And this is one of the cases being made by Powell. He feels as if the economy is getting stronger, then there may not be too much of a need to continue to raise these rates. Tomorrow we do have PPI coming out, Producers Price Index. Of course, that's the price, the average price of consumer goods from the producer's side. All right, so that's something we're going to be taking a look at. But what has that done for the dollar this week? Well, here, take a quick look at the dollar index. You guys can see that the dollar has somewhat been still consolidating inside of the range that it has been in for the past 3 or so months, right? So this is pretty interesting stuff. When is this dollar going to pull back? You have so many analysts that want to see this dollar turn around, but we have yet to actually see that happen. The dollar has stayed very well consolidated, but some of our other pairs have had some pretty serious movements. Take a look here at the euro dollar. You guys can see right now the euro USD has popped to the upside. We were looking at the euro USD at about $1.1250, and we were saying that there might be a run up from $1.1250 to the $1.1213 mids area, and so far we are seeing some market movement in that arena. Now that is mostly euro strength. We are seeing a lot of euro strength coming in today. That might also deal with some of the Brexit data. We still know that the euro is somewhat correlated with Brexit news. The more positive things happen in regards to Brexit, the more people are also going to not be so afraid of buying into that euro dollar. So more Brexit news may equal also more euro positive data, more euro positive currency movement in our market. All right, take a look here, guys, at the New Zealand dollar. You guys can see that the New Zealand dollar has been on somewhat of a tirade for the past few weeks, and mostly this is occurring because of the positive stuff happening with the US and China trade war. There are negotiations still going on and things are simmering down a bit, and that is getting people to be a little bit more actively buying that New Zealand dollar, because they also, if you look at the Chinese dollar, it is increasing. All right, that's the renminbi over there in China. All right, so lastly, I also want to show you guys the pound. The pound has been really the subject matter where we're going to spend most of our today's video on. All right, so you guys look at the pound right now. You guys can see that in the beginning of the week we were sitting right at $1.29. Folks, we raced all the way up into the $1.32 mids. That's quite amazing. Mostly this happened because, of course, March 2nd, we moved the date. We moved the date to March 29th, but now it seems as if we may move the date again. And so that is only buying Theresa May more than one time. The more the European Parliament has an incentive or has an idea that it's okay for her to continue to move the date back, the more we really do see that they really want to close the deal. So all of this data that's coming out right now is really going to be affecting the pound, whether the pound goes sell side or whether the pound goes to the upside. So this pound is going to really heavily depend on the data that's going to be coming out for the next few weeks. So of course, here at Capital Markets, that's what we're going to be keeping an eye on, right? So I also want to talk to you guys real quick about the Japanese yen. I want to show you guys right here the Japanese yen index. This is our Japanese yen index. You guys can see that the Japanese yen is currently turning around a bit, but actually today we did get a little bit of a sell side move, so it may be back over in consolidation. But notice how much of a sell-off that this Japanese yen has had over the past few weeks. This is a sell-off that we've been anticipating, and this push back up in the structure has come because we're now nearing this larger weekly structure where markets have been somewhat consolidated. And so ever since we saw some pound data that came out that was slightly positive, we did get to see the Japanese yen also start to pull back a bit towards that original base. So we know that if markets get a little bit more risky, we will start to see that Japanese yen end up turning around a bit. So that's something that you also want to keep an eye on. All right, so guys, look, I don't know where you're taking these trades, but if you're looking for a broker and you want a highly regulated, highly scrutinized broker that you can trust, head over to capital-markets.com, guys. We have some of the tightest spreads, and we route from some of the best liquidity providers in the entire industry. Tight spreads means you'll be paying less and less per trade, and good liquidity providers means you have very little slippage, very low latency. All right, guys, head over to capital-markets.com. I'm Cleveland Bishop. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.